Hello. There we go. Now we have sound. At least I caught it this time. At least I was looking for it. Okay, let's make sure. All right. Looks like we're okay. Hello. I did it. Good morning, new streamer. Welcome to Twitch. How you doing, Tareem and Mrs. Waffle? Hello. Jelly of my day off. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to work this weekend, so I wouldn't be too jealous. How's it going? Welcome. We're gonna try to finish this game today. It's gonna be continue. Okay. I mean, I apologize in advance for the 10 minutes I'm gonna spend trying to teach myself how to play this game again since it's been so long. There's a phone. All right, the phone. I remember. Can I jump? Nope. Nope. Okay, this is the... that's a gun. Wow, a gun! I knew. I was prepared for it. I was prepared for it this time, the sound issue, because it just doesn't... Whoops, okay, that's my melee. This... Okay, here's my meter. This is my crouch. Okay, alright, I'm now an expert at the game. So, I think when we last left our intrepid hero, we were... attempting to well, we're going to take the transit to the Symed Tower. Samuels was heading for Siegs and Synthetics when androids attack the Colonial Marshal Bureau. You must find him. All right, so we're looking for Samuels. I don't remember who Samuels is, but he seems important. We've taken care of Steve the alien. I remember that. We sent him to the planet. I didn't see a corpse, so I won't believe it until then. I'm convinced Steve will be back. Also, the robots went crazy, and they've taken over the station and are hunting down whatever remains of the human population that Steve didn't quite get to before I shot him out of an airlock. Also, I am going to just very quickly mention I've decided to try to start streaming to YouTube as well, so I'm currently streaming to both platforms. So hello, YouTube, if you're watching. I figured, why not? I mean, it wasn't too hard to set up, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, it can't physically hurt, right? So it does a little bit because it's changed my entire setup, and I'm a man of habit. You know, trying to get a new layout set up and everything was a bit challenging. Which is the one? It's the Symed Tower. That's the one. Okay, so we're going this way. So I think we have to find Samuels. How's everyone doing today? It's been a while since I streamed last. I know that's like my mantra, but you know. So how do I? This is how I shoot my gun. How do I bring up my menu? Aha, menu it is. I have one shot with the shotgun. Looks like, so maybe we have our revolver. There we go. Look at that. Hope your days are going okay so far. Tarima and Mrs. Waffle, you're both working. I am not today, which is nice. So I figured, why the heck not? I figured I'll pop on while I can and see how the things go. I hope work's going okay for the both of you guys.
This car for Sevastopol Science and Medical Tower.
Alright, so we're going to the Symed Tower. It's going to take me a minute to get used to this game again. We're having a good time with this, though. I feel like we're probably pretty close to the end. I don't know if we'll finish it today, but we're getting close, and I'm determined. For Tarima's sake. You don't want to work? I don't either. I never want to work. I need stupid money for stupid food.
I can see activity on terminals on the top levels of Siegs and Synthetics. I'm not sure I can do this.
Ricardo, I need you to focus. You're in charge now.
In charge? In charge of what? A room full of dead people? This is fucked up!
Focus, Ricardo. If Samuels can
Hey, those
talk to
dead people
Apollo,
need direction.
get the androids to stand down. Then this will all be over.
No, I don't think that's going to work. I think Apollo knows exactly what they're doing. Find Samuels and seeks and synthetics. Let's, all right, here's, all right, everyone just at your desk, just right now. Find Samuels and seeks and synthetics. Find Samuels and seeks and synthetics. Find Samuels and seeks and synthetics. I don't even think I did one. All right, what am I doing? Finding the, okay, I'm going this way. Take the elevator to seeks and synthetics. So this way. Alright, I remembered how to run. Now there's gonna be robots everywhere, right? So far, no robots. This all looks familiar. I kind of remember playing this game. Is this the right? Nope. Was it? Did I do it right? No, I gotta get to the other elevator. This one? That's the one. I know Tarima's looking forward to me getting back to Doom Eternal too. That's why we gotta. I'm like backtracking. I finished. My God. I don't remember the name of the game. The last game I played.
Elevators are out. Looks like the seeks and synthetics aren't taking kindly to a Wayland Yutani model snooping around.
So how do I get up?
You have to climb. There's a service vent through to the elevator shaft around there somewhere.
Okay, so that's clearly the door. Yeah. Wait, where am I? Yeah, that's exactly where. Oh, he doesn't look like he had a good day at work today. Yeah, I mean, Mrs. Waffle, you got to be having a better time than this guy, right? Let's take his stuff. Mondays, am I right? Don't be mad. I went through the elevator shaft and shut the access door behind me. I had a Joe on my tail, so I had to get out of there. If you find something to cut through the panel, the code is 8382. Don't worry, if not, I'm coming back down for you now. No sign of the lovebirds, but I've got a whole heap of guns and supplies up here. Russell. 8382. 8382. Seekson's Frail Origins. This looks long. I'm not going to read this whole thing. Well, yeah, it's not too bad. After Wayland Industries led the way in faster-than-light travel, Seekson found success mass-producing the flight component central to the colonial gold rush that followed. His ensuing overexpansion and reputation for producing low-cost alternatives to YW-branded goods is a matter of public record. In the modern day, Seekson is attempting to change the fortunes of ailing colonial outposts. Stations like Sevastopol receive investment and Seekson-affiliated companies set up shop, but the economic patterns that once worked within the Sol system have not flourished in deep space. On Sevastopol, mass-produced no-frills androids sit in their boxes. Machines and research facilities are still shrouded in the plastic that they were delivered in. Trading docks are used only by the flourishing black market that the station's residents have come to rely on. Sevastopol is a ghost town and nobody cares. Finally really here and not lurking. How'd I sneak today off? I work this weekend. So today's my comp day. Oh, this guy. Don't even talk to me till I've had my coffee. This. Oh, coffee! I forgot I had coffee. I'll get it in a bit. I poured a cup of coffee. It's sitting on the kitchen island. Are you off today too, or are you on a lunch break? Oh, look at all these dead people. I don't trust that android's not gonna like get up and try to get me. Can I make... I wish I could make ammo. Wait, is the shotgun... Lunch break, never out? That's right, you don't take days off. Is this... so, no, this must be... That must be the ammo, because I don't have 37 revolvers, or 333 flamethrowers. Is there anything I need to make? EMP mine... I probably would like to make some of these, actually. I can make one. Oh, that's good stuff. What's the button to make it? Press LB to craft the item. Item constructed. Alright. So I have one. That'll come in handy against these robots. You did only work 2 days? Yeah. Well, you had a lot of other stuff going on, though. I don't know if those really counted as days off, though, right? Alright, where am I going? I guess... Alright, so if there's a dead... This is the service shaft that I think he told us to go through, right? How did everything go? Hopefully everything went okay last week. You need to work 1 day, wife surgery, cancel doctor's appointment? Okay. Oh, so did you, when you cancel the doctor's appointment, did that actually count as a, did you actually take that as a day off? Wait, I heard something, I heard a, save point. Not in there. Where's it coming from? Here it is. Go ahead and do a save. Okay. You didn't do much Friday. Cleaned like a nerd. That's what I do on my days off, though. I mean, I totally get it. Like, I can't ever just sit and relax, right? It's not allowed. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Cannot access. That's a weird noise. I'm pretty hurt, actually. I should maybe do something about that. Do I have first aid kits? I have med kits. That's right, just like a nurse. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's like almost a, it's like a staple. If you're, I mean, it barely is a measure at this point. Like the BMI thing, they go so strictly by the BMI that, like, even if you're muscular, they're yelling at you about being fat, you know? I went the wrong way. It's like you can't win. Like, you're 5 pounds overweight and they're like, you need to lose weight because your BMI is 0.1 over the recommended for your age and height. Okay. But I'm the same way, though. I'm always waiting for, like, they're always working on, you know, making sure that, Alright, I think I see which way I gotta go here. They're always testing me for the diabetes, but keep knocking those tests right out of the park. Nothing yet. Alright, is this not the way that I came, though? Did I just go the wrong way here? I came in this way. I came in through the bathroom window. Okay, I can't go this way. Okay, so I have to find a way. I see what I've done here. What's that? What's the... I need the legend. Point of interest. Okay, so I guess that's the way we want to go? So I guess I was going the right way. Ladder access. Alright. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we set up a little workout area down in the basement. Since we can do that now, we have enough space to do that. We got the TV down there, got a little treadmill and a stepper. So I'm hoping to utilize those things as well. I've been doing good. I cut sugar out again. I started small. You know, eventually it's going to be... I'm limiting carbs in general. But, like... The one thing... Like, I mean, you know, if I make pasta or something for dinner, then I'm going to have pasta. Like, that's just, you know... I'm just going to try not to eat, like, a giant portion of it. But the main thing right now is sugar. And I've been pretty good about it. I've gone about 2 weeks now without really having any. We had a cheat day over the weekend. So I had ice cream, but that was it. You know, one ice cream every couple of weeks isn't gonna kill me, you know? It might. We'll see. It's in everything? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look, another save. Whoops. Idiot. Why would it default to no? It's a big thing for me. Like, I'm not someone who can have a little bit of sugar, you know? Like, for me, if I have, like, a taste of it, I need all the sugar. All the sugar. Did it work? Something's happening. While we're down here, I might as well save. I don't want to have to redo that elevator thing. Alright, where are we now? I don't see anything on the... What's this? ID tag. It feels weird not having to hide from the alien. In the alien. What is that? Is that a robot? Or is that a... Oh, it's a picture. I saw this poster. It was like, what's that? What's that lurking in the corner? You saw a different NP and she didn't push the GLPs? And never save enough? Yeah. Well, the insurance, they're fighting back on paying for those because they would much rather pay for the repeated hospitalizations and comorbidities of weight-related health concerns and diabetic concerns. They're not for everybody, though. I don't think they should be pushing them off on every single patient that walks through the door. I think that there should be specific criteria for it. You know, like if you're a certain amount overweight, if you're going to use it for weight loss, that is, or if you have like growing health concerns as a result of your weight, and you should definitely have tried. There should be a documented history of, you know, efforts made prior to that. Before you just jump right into the GLPs, you know? And that's, I think, the problem. I think that's why they're fighting doctors prescribing them so much. Is because I think that they just prescribe them to someone who, like, is not overweight and wants to lose 20 pounds. Because that's, like, a perfectly acceptable thing, I think, for a lot of people. You know, it's just they think it's like this easy way out, and it's really not that. You know? Man, there are save points everywhere. I feel like there were never this many save points. Russell, here's my spiel for the potential clients today. What do you think? Spedding will hang me out to dry if they don't bite. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the buzzing heart of Sevastopol Synthetic Solution. Next up on your tour will be the Systech Spire and the Apollo core itself, but first an example of Android self-governance. When Apollo synthetics require a little more care than the repair wards can provide, they come here. We believe this is the first rollout of fully automated synthetic-to-synthetic medical intervention. No human expertise required, no costly human surgical training. All data is streamed directly from Apollo, and every incision recorded in its logs. This is the future, gentlemen. Tomorrow together. Ooh, I don't know if I would trust that. Russell upstairs want a full rundown of what we've got stacked in component storage. There's some useful stuff in there, some junk. They want value estimates too. Smythe. Com Smythe? If your sugar was high and pre-diabetic, I'd probably do, yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's perfectly reasonable. It's doable, you know? It's always doable. There's always, you know, in my case, you know, it was a handy tool, and I did lose a certain amount of weight on it, but it definitely wasn't a cure-all. I still, you know, had to do a lot of the work myself, you know. So it's not the magic that people seem to think it is. Like, I know a big thing for me, a big part of the reason why I wanted to try it was because, you know, exercise is very difficult for me. Lots of chronic pain issues, you know? And that's a big part of what I need at my age. I can't just do it with diet, because especially with my job, pretty sedentary. Like when I was working more physical jobs, I didn't need the exercise. I could do it with diet alone, and I did. Report, Smythe, head of synthetic development. I just received schematics for the 120A8. I don't know how much we paid our mole, but the Seegson board is going to need to shell out a hell of a lot more. I know this seems old tech for YW, but it's beyond anything we're capable of. Our key executives and shareholders won't listen, but we need investment. The company and its subsidiaries are light years ahead of us. So these guys are like the Apollo's the competitor for the company. Like the company, as featured in the movies, is like they're like the main deal, and so Apollo's been trying to compete, I guess, with these robots. 9H2O. The air here is so still and a chunk of dust float the same height without falling. It just sits and floats, right? How you doing today?
Smythe, I've been looking over your report on the Wayland-Yutani androids and your proposals for improving the working Joes. Now, I appreciate the work you put in, but understand we live in different worlds. Yours is full of extrapolations and estimations.
Doing all right? Good. Glad to hear it.
$1,000 suits. Bottom line is, I gotta look into the money, buddy. I hired you because you were the cheapest, not the best. Find a way to bring these costs down, huh? Ransom out.
Yeah. Everyone wants it done cheap, never done right. I work for a company that's their golden motto. They'd much rather spend more doing something over again. I watched them pour, I'm telling you, this is not even a joke. At my old job, right outside the window, you could see this parking lot, and I watched them pour the sidewalk, a new sidewalk on this, I watched them do it 3 times because they did it wrong twice. Because they decided, I found out later, because I asked about it, I'm like, what the heck happened here? And they were like, we didn't hire a project manager. I'm like, on purpose? And they're like, yeah, we didn't think we would need it. I'm like, how did that work out for you? You paid for a job 3 times because it wasn't done right. I mean, I worked at a hospital, right? And the first time they poured this sidewalk, they did not put a ramp on the sidewalk. You could not get onto one whole area of like if you were coming from the main road, the main very busy road, there was no, you had to take, you couldn't get onto the sidewalk if you were in a wheelchair at the hospital. So their solution, by the way, they put this wooden ramp there, right? And it was by the employee parking lot, and it was destroyed after a couple of days because people kept hitting it because it was just sticking out into the middle of the roadway. And then when they took that away, they put asphalt down and rounded the asphalt to meet the sidewalk rather than take up that panel and re-pour the sidewalk the right way. That's what they did. They threw asphalt down. So let's keep doing the cheap solution here. That's clearly works out for everybody. That's not even the sidewalk they poured 3 times. They let that one go. All right, where are we going here? Let's try. There's a, well, I mean, we take the vents. Anything around us? Nope. There was the poster that... No, that's not it. There's the poster that scared me over there. I guess this way. I feel like, you know, it said that my map was updated, but I didn't feel like it got updated. Climb the elevator shaft to the upper labs. I guess I'm going the wrong way. What it feels like, right? The component storage sounds like it might have stuff. And we like stuff. Invalid slot. Mara together. I think I read this. Sieg and Son to be the backbone of colonial FTL expansion, providing reliable components that could carry humanity deep into space. In doing so, it grew by the 2026, and by 2066, good lord, was running vast manufacture plants in London, Buenos Aires, Nagasaki, and the lunar Shikard Wargentin frontier. By 2071, the year of Sieg, the year the Sieg family sold its shares back to the company, its expansion remained exponential. Single-minded rivals looked on with envy as Sieg and Son became market leaders manufacturing cars, chemicals, educational equipment, and building materials. Towards the end of the last century came a move that would forge our shared future. Sieg and Son became Sieg Son. We took on the name of our customers had known us by for decades, and we turned our face together among the stars. I did read that before, didn't I?
Smythe, have you been practicing the script for the VIPs visiting today? We need to impress. Noise from upstairs says they're the last potential bidders for Sevastopol's Working Joe rollout.
They're lulling me into a false sense of security. Because I haven't fought anything in a while. Alright, we're completely going the wrong way here. I feel like I'm gonna eventually have to come this way. You know, I was, you see the reason Season is getting buy off by Wayland Yutani. I don't know. I may have. I don't remember. Is it something, if it's something that happened earlier in the game, it's been a while since I've come back to this one, so I don't remember anything. I remember the highlights, but as far as like the lore I've read, I guess it's good. How do I do the... how do I... Oh, I can't remember how to... Aha! I figured out I did it. I can't remember. What, are they going bankrupt or something? Is there an event? There was. I don't think I can get up there, though. I was, so I finished watching all the, I finished watching all the Alien movies. I don't think I've played this game since I finished the franchise, because not only that, but I watched Alien Earth as well. I wanted to get caught up. I had started them. I hadn't watched any of the movies ever, so I watched when I had surgery. I had nothing better to do, so I sat around and watched movies, and I started watching the Alien movies. They were foolish enough to try to compete in YW's market. Is YW like the company, or is the company just the company? Is there a separate one? Are these three competitors, like Seegson, YW, and the company, or are they the same thing? And which of these? Who's Apollo? Then where does Apollo fit in? I can't get the way they want me to go, so I guess I have to go. I guess I can try going this way. What I noticed, though, yeah. Weyland-Yutani doesn't really matter. See, that's where I can get. So Seegson is the ones who built this station, though, right? This is a Seegson. Sevastopol is a Seegson station. And Apollo controls the androids somehow, but I don't know. I think the company I work for is Apollo. All right, I'm officially lost. Is this up or down? That goes back down. I don't think I went this way. That's because there's no way to go here. I must have sensed that and never walked into this hallway. The Seegson tried to swing for the fences and compete with the big boys and got crushed. All right, let's take the vents. See if the vent takes us somewhere. I did think it was kind of funny. What was the new... I have a problem when movies aren't numbered properly. I can't ever remember their names. I have a... what was the newest movie? I'm not talking Alien Earth. I'm talking the one technically takes place... it takes place after the events of Alien 1, I believe. It's between Alien 1 and 2 or Alien 2 and 3. One of the two. But it's like chronologically that's where it is, but it's the newest movie they made. Can't think of it now. Seegson owns a space station, ran business with it, failing. Alien Forever. Two Alien, two Resurrection. Two aliens, two theories. Business with is failing, trying to compete with an Android market. Yeah. Temu synthetic human. Right, because it's cheap. They wanted everything to be cheap. Well, you bought the station after the Xenomorph? Really? But anyway, my point was with bringing that up is that, you know, in the previous Alien movies, like all the previous ones, which, by the way, I understand why people hated Alien 3. I didn't hate it, but I understand. It wasn't my favorite, but I found a way to enjoy it. And the ones that came after that, like I thought Resurrection was fine, and then the ones that came after it, I also thought were okay. Probably not necessary, but like not terrible. But the movie, the newest movie that came out was phenomenal. Like, it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And something I noticed that they did was they were able to kind of keep the aesthetic of the previous movies, right? Like, it felt like an Alien movie, but also, like, I feel like they definitely took stock of this game and it used it in the movie for sure. Like, there were things that I have only seen in this game, right, that I then saw in that movie, and I thought it was really, really good. I thought that, and it was really cool seeing that stuff too, because I was like, hey, I played this game. I am so lost. Climb the elevator shaft. Should I like not be in this area? Is that the problem? Like, should I go back up the elevator? I feel like maybe I should at this point, because I've kind of been all over this area. Money can fix it. They bought it straight up. Ah, I see. So yeah, it was sold before we got here. Okay, no, I can't go this way. I already discovered that. I'm going back up the elevator because there's nothing to do down here. Or rather, I can't find what to do down here. So I must have missed something up above. Bought it in one go. Well, I mean, if they probably were hemorrhaging money. You know, they probably took whatever offer they could get. That would be my guess. They're like, you want to buy it and bail us out? Okay. Alright, let's... We haven't done anything, but we're going to save anyway. We're just wandering around. I mean, it is still a whole freaking space station. So even if they bought it cheap, they still bought a whole space station. Okay. So we have to find an elevator shaft. I heard this thing clicking and I got scared. Alright, show me this elevator shaft. Can't get in here. Oh, I can. Oh my god, are you serious? I've been wandering around this space station like an idiot. Is a flying car considered a small space station? Does it go into space? Hang on, hang on. Where's my urinal? I forgot. It was so long ago, and I was wandering around aimlessly for so long. I've gone too far. Have I? They're numbered. It was like 8382 or something like that. Right, the station is massive. Guess it depends on the movie show. It's supposed to be a commercial hub. Right, right. It wasn't the... It's not that one either. That's not it. There it is. 8382. Was close. Nice. I don't think I've ever looked in the journal there. But I'm glad it's there. Ugh. I'm up there? Guess we're walking across the ladder. That's safe. Try that at home, kids. Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. What did you think of Alien Earth? I had mixed feelings about it. Why is everything shaking? Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh! As soon as I saw the ladder, I was like, "Oh, I know what this is going to be." Heavily comic inspired. I never read the comics. I've only I've played this game. All my lore knowledge comes from the movies and this game. As an Alien fan, you get it a 7.2. See, I was kind of the opposite. As a sci-fi, I would actually like rate it higher. I didn't know that it was based on the comics, so that you know my rating as an Alien fan may be skewed by that, but I can't say that it felt to me. You know how sometimes someone will have an idea for like a video game or something like that, right? And they know that the video game won't get made, so they sell it to like Mario and they slap Mario on it and now it's a Mario game. Too hard for even you to notice? I thought that they, as far as like the world building, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I thought that they did a good job with that. Which way did I come in? I don't remember. Wait. This way? Nope. I just came... No, I didn't come through that way. You see them on like the third watch. I'd probably miss a lot of stuff, I think. I heard that. My thing made a noise. Oop, wasting battery. There we go. But it did. It felt to me like someone had a great idea for a sci-fi, but knew it wouldn't get made, so they slapped Alien on it and made it an Alien story. Not always did it feel like that, but I feel like the main A-plot felt like that, you know? Like they had an idea for a completely different game or a completely different show. One of these things is going to jump at me. This one. This guy, look at him. He's waiting for it. His eyes are lit up and everything. Yep, there it is. Can I search you now? Okay, no.
Ricardo, I'm here. Looks like the place synthetics go to die.
They aren't showing the details properly. We'll go to it lower in the next season. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I'm willing to watch season 2, honestly. Oh, hey, hello. It was good enough. I felt like I don't know. The problem is I watch all the movies first, right? So I was just coming off. Let me look it up because it's going to drive me nuts now. Hang on. Where is it? Is it Romulus? Yes. Alien Romulus. That's the one. That movie was awesome. I was not expecting that movie to go so hard. I don't, you know, to me, like the first 2 Alien movies were like the best, right? They were phenomenal movies, absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10, no notes. And the movies that came after, I felt like they tried to do too much with, but I mean, I thought that they were still good. I still enjoyed them, right? Right, exactly. Insanely high potential. Yeah, they have a lot of good ideas. So I'm willing to give it like that, you know, those first season bumps, like I feel like there was probably a lot of build up to something else. They're like building up the world again, and they're also trying to appeal to a larger audience. You know, it's a high budget show. These guys are freaking me out, man. It's high budget, so they got to get a lot of people to watch it. You know, like they can't just rely. And it's like that with like Star Trek franchise too, right? Like the new stuff. I hit the wrong button. Here we go. Like they're trying to appeal to a larger audience with all the new Star Trek shows coming out, and there's some potential there for sure. Turn off? Why would I turn that off? What happens? What happens if I turn it off? Or did I turn it on? One of the Lost Boys that went insane. It's definitely going to be fun to, next season too. Yeah, I think the show's got some potential. I'm curious to see where they go with it because, you know, I like the universe. You know, like I like the world in general. I'm curious to know more about it. And they're kind of on thin ice, though. I don't like lazy writing, you know? I think that's a big problem for me. I feel like I feel like sometimes they write to a larger audience. Right, yeah. Yeah. Dude, she was the scariest thing I thought in the whole freaking first season. Like the alien, sure, that was scary, but like she freaked me out. Like I was getting stressed out like whenever she was on the screen. Because she was so unpredictable. She did a really good job, I thought. The actress and everything. Like she did a good job.
Containment hazard level, Omega. Services do not meet seeks come with me, but stings.
Miss.
Do that.
Stop it, don't punch me. I'm stuck. I'm like totally stuck here. I can't move. There, just gotta do it the hard way, I guess. Jeepers criminy. How do I reload? I figured it out. Let's heal you up a little. Oh, we're out of battery. Okie doke. That was, I'm surprised I didn't die, actually. I don't think you're supposed to just fight those guys head on. Locate and help him. So we're still looking for Samuels, but like... Right. Oh, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. I was watching. It was the other time I was sitting there like... It did have some good moments. I feel like I was probably pretty harsh with it. I had high expectations for it. Maybe that was unfair. But I thought that they did some stuff really well, I thought. But I do feel like, I feel like some of the writing, that's what I was saying about the lazy writing, is that they don't want to, like... I feel like sometimes the writing of a show is talking to me like I'm stupid. And this happens a lot, you know? Like, this is more than just that particular show. I feel like most shows that are appealing to a large, wide audience are writing for idiots, you know? I don't know what these are doing, but I'm turning them off. They're doing something. The
door up here's blown. I can't get near it.
Find a way through the electrified door. Okay, maybe that's what I'm doing. I did it! See, I was doing it the whole time. I didn't even know it. Who did that? Alright, we made it through the door.
I must have access to Apollo. Open the tower transit immediately.
Apollo transit reserved for Sikhs and executives and synthetics only.
Right. Then I'll have to find a way to talk to Apollo directly.
Is that Samuels?
Omega. All permissions rescinded.
I don't have time for this.
Oh, sure, he can beat the androids to death with his bare hands, but I can't. Plot armor against xenomorph scenes, yeah. Movie fans never have been informed how careful a Xeno is when there's no queen yet. Well, and plus, I mean, I don't know, I feel like that didn't happen a whole lot. I feel like with the main character, but there was a pretty good reason for that. With Ripley, you know? And also, I mean, you gotta look at it in terms of, like, All right, if people are watching this movie for a reason, they, you know, like if you just kill the main character outright, like as what would happen to any other person, like you're not gonna have much of a movie. So I'm a little forgiving in that regard. Sometimes. Where am I? I'm going the wrong way again. I found Samuels. He's right there. I can't get in there though. Can I? Use button. I pushed button. Oh, these things make me really nervous. So I guess melee's the way to go. I don't think shooting these things is really doing me a lick of good. The elevator shaft scene in Romulus drama. I liked it. I liked that scene. It was fun. And he said the thing. I'll tell you, that movie, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just like the previous 3 movies. I liked them, right? I thought that they were pretty good, and I liked the way that they tied into the main story and all that. And I felt like they did a relatively good job of incorporating it without raising too many questions. But I mean, I think to myself, like at the end of the third one, that third prequel movie, right? Like you had a bunch of Earth technology on that on that planet that nobody mentioned whenever Ripley's team got there, you know? Suzanne, sweetheart, I think I'm going to have to rain check. I'm getting reports from downstairs about abnormal android behavior. Might have something to do with all those folks going missing. I need you to get to the showroom and shut yourself in. There's a lockdown button near my desk for when these machines were actually worth something. Don't worry about them. They're only display models. Just sit tight. I'll sort this out. And we can celebrate the deal finally going through when we're not on company time. Okay. So that's what. So these androids here that are now raising terror are. So was this Suzanne? Poor Suzanne. She got stood up for her date and then died. I thought the Xeno grabbing rain, falling, waiting for facehuggers. Yeah, no, I didn't really see a lot of plot armor in that movie. I really enjoyed that movie. I have to watch that one again, honestly. Yeah, like I said, the previous 3 movies I enjoyed, but they didn't wow me the way the first 2 Alien movies did. I hadn't really been wowed like that. So I don't think I had a lot of expectations for Romulus. But any expectations I did have were like blown out of the water, man. I thought that movie was just incredibly well done. Door is locked. Okay. Find a way out of the synthetic showroom. Find a way out? Wait. Can I not get out this way? This is, that's the way I came in. Yeah. This is gonna be like I have to, this feels like a Zelda puzzle. I think you may have answered a question for me too, that I didn't realize I had. I think when watching the Alien movies, I was like, I thought about this game and was like, how come these androids look so terrible? And then it occurred to me they're not the same androids. They're the Timo androids that you talked about. Hey, Genie, how you doing, buddy? They let the Xeno be smart. That's the key, right? That was probably the thing that bothered me about the movies that came before that, like the prequel movies. Here to say hello and lurk. Well, thank you, buddy. Hello to you as well. Thank you for the lurk and saying hi. I appreciate that, as always. Enjoy the lurking. But yeah, it felt like the xenomorphs had really become more animalistic and feral, and significantly less intelligent, and that was something I did not like. You got 3 lost streak before Romulus? Yeah. Right. But then, yeah, but in Romulus, they kind of, you know, the xenomorph was, they were smart again all of a sudden, and that's what I thought made them so scary. It's easy to just throw a mindless monster into something and then call it scary, but you know, when the thing is hunting you intelligently, that's scary. Okay, so do I have to like make these poses? Is this like a Zelda puzzle? And then the door will open. I shake its hand. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello. Let's read the note again. Prometheus and Covenant, yeah. They were in rags before Romulus. Yeah, I was kind of surprised actually, because I felt like they were not well received, and they somehow got 3 movies out of it. Why am I thinking that there were 3? Are Prometheus and Covenant? Was it just 2 movies? Am I like making up a 3rd mystery movie that never existed? I liked Resurrection more than I liked 3. Disney somehow make good horror movie. Shut yourself in. There's a lockdown button near my desk. Okay. So let's look on the desk for the... There's a lockdown button, right? Sorry, Suzanne. Try not to get all up in your business here. Is his desk the bar? Vanisher, what's happening, buddy? Watch out for facehuggers. Hopefully that hasn't been sitting there too long, because it's hard to see where I have that. Welcome to the YouTube stream. My first ever YouTube stream chatter at Banisher. Good to see you, buddy. Hope work's going okay. Their diplomacy check is low. No, it's actually really high because you can't, right? Wouldn't it mean that their diplomacy is super high if you can't beat their diplomacy? And they face hug you anyway? Okay, so here's what we know. We're in this room, we have to get out of this room. Let me read that note again. It said there was a lockdown button at his desk. And she pushed it, right? So maybe there's a file here that I'm missing on the thing. I didn't see one. When I got near the door though, it told me I needed to find a way out. Oh, wait. There was a whole other note here. I'm expecting the VIPs to get here early, so I want you and your people ready and waiting to greet them. The clock's ticking down, and this is our last chance to salvage something from this piece of shit. I want your people to answer every joke. Oh God! I want your people to answer their every whim, every vice, and laugh at every one of their jokes. Take them to the showroom when they're ready. Don't rush them, and don't bore them with speeches. If they say they want something changed in the working Joes, just say yes. We can let the tech heads worry about it later. I hope you'll have your best people on this. Okay. Let's go see. Let's go see if there was a prompt by the door that I missed. I think this is the first time, though, that, yeah, it just says door locked. I don't remember them being referred to as the Working Joes until, like, today. Which is kind of funny to me. Like, they've just been androids up to this point. Now we know, like, now we're actually learning about them, because, like, the focus has been the alien before that. For good reason. Near my desk. Okay, so somewhere around here is a frickin' button. These chairs remind me of something I would see on the Enterprise. Well, for sure, right? They're like the pinnacle, right? They would have to be the pinnacle of design. Oh, that looked like that could have been a button of some kind. All right. Near my desk. So she... Wonder what killed her, actually. Was it Steve or was it the androids?